What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Not surprising that they would do more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but slightly surprising that they would choose The Last Ronin to do live action, but not unwelcome. But what is unwelcome is the fact that it's by Walter Hamada, which, forget whatever you think about Zack Snyder, Walter Hamada is one of the greatest reasons why the WB failed in its original DC Comics trial run, before, of course, ultimately being given over to James Gunn. So, live action R-rated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie in the works from producer Walter Hamada. Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming action movie Boy Kills World, who of course has Bill Skarsgård, same guy that everyone is comparing to Jared Leto in the Crow movie, but in the Boy Kills World trailer, which I came out of nowhere, actually seemed sort of good, and he seemed good in the role. So, but whether that movie is going to be good or not, either way, the person that wrote that movie, Tyler Burton Smith, is writing this, or at least adapting it from the obvious comic. After the success of last year's animated hit film, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which I didn't watch, so I can't comment on the quality, Paramount Pictures is keeping Turtle Power going by putting a new feature project into development. This one, however, will go beyond the realm of the all-ages material the long-standing property is known for, and instead go into gritty R-rated territory. And I should point out that the original comic in black and white was basically R-rated. And first movie, that first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, pretty dark by today's or even back then standards. Paramount is developing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin, adapting a popular storyline seen in recent IDW comics as a live action feature with the intent of making it for an R rating. I mean, that's at least a little bit inspiring. Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming R-rated action movie Boy Kills World, and who wrote the iteration of Chucky horror, the 2019. No, that one wasn't horrible though. Anyway, Walter Hamada, yeah, and I know 2024. Well, it wasn't horrible. That's a seal of approval. Walter Hamada is producing his 18 Hertz production company as part of his multi-year deal with the studio. And of course, as I mentioned, Hamada is the former head of DC Films who rose through the ranks at New Line, where he oversaw the Warner Brothers division's horror movies, including the Conjuring and It franchises. His 18 Hertz banner is focused on making features in the horror genre. Okay. Last Ronin isn't exactly as scary, but maybe just because it's more serious. Last Ronin is about as terrifying as a turtle's tale can get, set in a totalitarian future in New York City. The comic miniseries told of how the Turtles and Master Splinter are killed off one by one by the grandson of the villainous Shredder and synthetic ninjas. One turtle manages to survive barely and vows to exact bloody vengeance. One trick of the book was that it wasn't clear for at least a while which one of the turtles lived, as the survivor had the weapons of all four. You can probably tell now. Co-creator Kevin Eastman and Tom Waltz wrote the comic based on an older story by Eastman and co-creator Peter Laird, artist, and a bunch of names. IDW, the publisher that holds a license for the Ninja Turtle comics, put out the books between 2020 and 2022. So, of course, there's no original ideas anymore. Everything's a reboot or an adaptation or a requel, where they sort of pay attention to the prequel, but then they just essentially restart it. Yeah. We've tried nothing, and
We've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
That's what it all is. Ninja Turtles debuted, and this is what I was talking about. Ninja Turtles debuted as a black and white indie comic in 1984, parodying comics like Chris Claremont's X-Men comics and Frank Miller's ninja-focused work. A toy deal turned into the comic into a generational touchstone in the late 90s. Yeah, obviously I love the games and the comics, but I was aware that original black and white was quite more serious than the ones we got. So over the years, more animated series came at audiences like twirling nunchucks, blah, blah, blah. That's a long way to go. And yeah, I think that's why I didn't pay attention to Mutant Mayhem, is because Seth Rogen was behind it. And I can't take him anymore. They're relaunching the entire main Ninja Turtles comic line to title into the 40th anniversary. So I don't know. Did you read The Last Ronin? I've not read this yet, but I have heard really good things about it. Like I was aware of it, and I know more or less what happens. Definitely looking forward to. Let me see. we'll see. Walter Hamada aside, I'm looking forward to see how this looks in live action, and if they go with the design from the last movies, where they really look more like turtles, or if they go more with the classic look. Either way, let me know what you think of this in the comments. Did you read this? Do you think there's any way this will be able to be adapted? Can they adapt to anything anymore? I don't know. Does anyone remember Laughter? Either way, let me know what you think of this. Make sure to like, share, and sub. If you've done that, thank you. If you're gonna do that, thank you. And
well, bye.